email to me.
Second.
See,
We'll publish it twice in the chit chat.
Yeah.
Right a week after
That he
the chit
sent
chat
to
comes out, so it's kind of fresh.
so it'll come out here
Act
Yeah.
250
on the
again
24th.
about
They'll
Belmont
have it
Store.
delivered, and then it'll be this whole week here. It'll be
Fresh in people's minds because they
Yes. Yeah, and he's
Yes,
sent
this
through
is
the
like
select board, and I know the select board didn't approve it.
Maybe it was that week. I'd have to look.
It's gonna get ugly. People
that way
are
you guys can have it
chirping
twice.
in
That
my
would be
ears
better, I think. Yeah.
big time.
Because you can get them
I'm sure you're hearing it too.
going, and then
Having it right after comes out is good too.
in January, say, oh, I did read something about that, and then maybe they'll respond.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have snowstorm then.
Did we decide where we're just have it here? Just have it here. That's special public.
Yeah, we talked about you guys announcing at the select board meeting and then.
No.
Oh, taking that and turning it into yeah.
I said that this morning. I said, I don't know how I found time to do everything else. Almost.
Do you want it to be at your meeting? It's just
No.
you guys often have.
I'm drifting by that clock.
I was gonna say, oh, my watch is a little fast.
Yeah, it's. They've already reached out to me to come back in June.
We said the 20th.
So
We had said the 20th.
yeah, I doubt it. I might.
In June, in the heat of the year,
Yeah, I might go back once for one reason.
Did we just do it all meeting?
Because I'm building for my retirement gift a Factory 5 Shelby Cobra,
February 17th.
and that extra money.
I'll tell you what, that is.
Okay, I'm calling the meeting to order. So please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
In February.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, this is looking very festive tonight.
Festive. Can we have one meeting, please? Okay, considerations of any changes or additions to the agenda. We have one addition to go over a couple of dog licenses that are here. Faith will go through it and Carol will go through it. When we get down to the reports, I'm going to put it on D. 5D. Anything else, Jeff, Diane?
I don't have anything.
Okay, moving. Approve the November 11th meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the November 11th meeting minutes as written.
I'll second it. The ayes?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving on to reports. Highway and Transfer Station update. Clinton?
We finally got the new truck after 2 years. It's been lettered. We did do the 550 finally after a few years, but so thank you to Adam. He did a wonderful job. Roger Scully called me. He's got a maple. It's in the town right away. I had GM Tree Tech go look at it, and he can't reach it. He said that he would have to get somebody to come in with a crane to take it down. There's power lines. It's kind of right in the middle of power lines and stuff. So he's got one to do for Ludlow Electric. So he's gonna have the guy come up and take a look at it.
Now, does the power lines go through the tree?
No, but they're like they're bare wire too,
Oh.
so it's,
So that might be something that Green Mountain Power would come down and take care of as well.
If they're within 10 feet of the lines.
So
It's
but
probably-
yeah, I can ask them about it.
it might be worth just reaching out to them and, you know, if it's a dead tree.
It's
and
a
see.
safety,
It's just-
safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
but
that?
it is like,
What road is it on, or what?
it's right on the corner of
Johnson Lane.
Johnson Lane and Branch Brook. There's actually two. There's one smaller maple that's in his dooryard, but the bigger maple is on this side of the stone wall, and
Mhm.
it is in the town right away. So I'm just gonna, I gotta get a price, and
Yep, and I would just.
I'll reach out to Green Mountain Power and see what they say, and
Yep,
maybe call trees, and
yep. Okay.
I'll get a couple different.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, winter's here. So. Transfer station, everything's been going good up there. The guys got their hut insulated, so they're happy. And
No, it looks good. Ken showed me.
I haven't.
Yeah. He actually come down and got some 2x4s for me so he could finish the ceiling.
Yeah,
So he's happy.
yep,
Looks good.
that's all I got.
Any questions for Clinton? Clinton, thank you. Town treasurer update, Liz?
So, month of November, we switch over from taxes being still due to taxes being delinquent. There was a decent start to collections, a little over 35,000 that we collected. And that generally gets chipped away at steadily between now and about May, June, before the kind of final payments come in. Continuing to pay the school, so you just see cash decreasing from the prior month. We also got our first prepaid property tax for next year. There's always one, but it's fun to point out.
Probably on the low side compared to
There's $1,000 prepayment.
compared to what school tax will be, right?
Well, we've got that one person, she's on a roll. Her schedule. Not a whole lot of activity, on the balance sheet, but somewhat busy month. I'm gonna switch over to the actual income and expenses. And by busy, I mostly mean on the expense side, but we do continue to earn steady interest, up to over 40,700 earned on our regular general fund so far through November. We had only budgeted 15,000, so well ahead of what we were hoping for. We received funds from the state for the pilot program at the beginning of November. 16,196 came in. We had estimated 15,500 for the budget. So again, another nice, just little increase over what we anticipated. Solid waste labels continue to go pretty much in line with budget for the sales of labels. Switching into expenses, generally on track as far as salaries, administrative fees, some of the, town office supplies, things like that. There's nothing there that's unusual or sticks out. We did pay out we did buy a speed sign, so you'll see that under speed enforcement, those $3,000 that was previously discussed, and has been blinking at me nicely every time I drive by. Seems like it's working.
Must be over 40. Blinking, it's too fast.
Set it 5 miles forward and starts blinking.
Honestly, I can't remember if it's one. Probably not intention. Hopefully it's helping with its intended purpose. We did also pay out most of our articles to like the town library, the museum, the Chit Chat, and other agencies this month. There's a few others, like after school program won't get paid until later in the year, but. Let's see. Transfer station's a little bit over budget, but that fluctuates month to month, so still on track. I did add in, you'll see under education on page 5, had the fiscal year 26 preliminary school budget, and we make a payment December 1st to the state, but I updated the budget to reflect what was recorded there, so you can see our total, from the taxes we collect, the total that we're anticipating to go out for school, whether directly to Ludlow Mount Holly or to the state education fund, is about $5,600,000. So that continues to be where most you'll see our monthly cash payments going, and it's going to pay that amount towards the school. We did also, unfortunately, the timing of the truck coming in did not beat our oldest truck needing some work to keep the crew up and running, so there's a pretty big expense this in November to keep everything moving. So we are over budget already for highway, for the vehicle and equipment repair, so we're just general wear and tear, but hopefully with the new vehicle we'll be not having any more major expenses like that to keep things moving. I think other than paying for the vehicle, that covers it.
Mark, can I just make a comment?
Yes, Clinton.
The grader expense was, most of that was for the new tires. We've had a couple that were going soft and they were cracking really bad, and so that's one of the big expenses was the tires too, so.
Yeah, that was the majority of it.
Have you found anybody to do the mounts yet? With
No,
the-
I have not.
Thank you, Clinton. Any questions for Liz? Yes, Steve?
Are you still looking for a road crew person?
We are.
So then I'm wondering why the salary should be on budget, it should be below, because you're not paying, you know.
We
I didn't mention the road crew salary.
You said salary and,
I was administrative,
oh, I misunderstood.
yeah, and that's
we were,
my mistake there.
so everybody knows, if they haven't heard already, we were fortunate enough, Les is giving us partial time, 24 hours a week, helping out the road crew. So for me, I'll give Les a big thank you right now for stepping out of retirement to help part-time for the road crew, because it was well needed, and it's a very hard market to find somebody. We're not the only town in this situation. There's towns all around us that are in this same situation. So give a hand for Les for coming out of retirement to help out.
Excuse me,
We are under budget so far.
there seems to be a problem with the.
And then offhand,
Zoom.
Oh, hold on, we got
Hold
somebody
on,
in.
there's a technical.
Gotta turn up the volume.
Yeah,
What's
there seems to be a problem with the Zoom audio where I hear the live audio and I hear what appears to be an echo of it about 20 seconds later, or 10 seconds later.
Echo.
You still have the echo?
No, that seems solid.
Okay,
That was it.
okay. Thank you.
and then I'm just curious, I don't know if you have the information, what we're paying to Mount Holly Ludlow versus the state of the school.
Yeah, the major majority goes directly to the Mount Holly Unified Union School District. It's 5.1 million. And that's all online, that's public information as well, so you can look at the details and the calculations. On the department application, you can see all the plans. And how it ties back to the budgets and everything.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm just curious how much went to the state versus how much went to the, Ludlow Mount Holly School District.
Yeah, the majority of it goes there and has, at least in my time.
Yeah, they set rates. Then I can stop blaming the state for the increase in taxes.
No.
All right, so
Moving right along.
if there's,
12% more this
As
year.
I said, the formula is included in the online, it's the full detail.
if there's no other questions for Liz, we're gonna move on. Planning Commission update, John?
Yeah, subdivisions have been keeping us busy. We got about one a month now. Seems to be keeping up. That's fun. I took a VLCT training for upcoming Act 250 changes for next year, which are basically two things that are the major changes. One is the new so-called road rule. You may remember, sort of back in the day, there was a road rule. They kind of added it back. And the other is something called the Tier 3 designation, which the Land Use Review Board is finalizing their maps for that, and we're kind of keeping tabs on that. I think there's a draft out now. The main issue with that is avoiding fragmentation, so they're looking at critical streams and corridors across roads. So the state is doing all the mapping for that. At the training, I've asked them to try to consult with the town mapping we've already done to make sure that it's sort of at least informed by it. We can't tell the state what to do, but we can ask them to at least look at what we've adopted. And I think the final version will come in February. So we'll keep on top of that. I'll put back to you on that. Last night, actually, I was invited to the Gavel-to-gavel Selectboard meeting. They're adopting, or possibly adopting for the first time, subdivision regulations, so we wanted to watch what they're doing and how they're writing them. They're getting help from the Regional Planning Commission for that. We haven't been promised the help from ours, but we're still gonna hope that they will help us. And that, I believe, was the final public hearing, and it was very lightly attended, I would say. Not a whole lot of either pro or con. And I'll keep you guys up to date on that. And we're going to be, as I mentioned before, we're going to be looking at updating hours in the next couple of months, so hopefully this year. You believe you've gotten notice of next week's Okemos long-range management plan meeting. I think it's going to be held in Ludlow. I'm going to try to go to that. We're moving our planning commission meeting. I think, so far the leading contender is next Thursday to accommodate that meeting. So I think that's relevant to us. I don't know exactly what's going to be presented there yet. I haven't seen a draft of their plan, but well, that's it.
Can't read all that, but not all.
Then the blurry picture.
I can't.
So
I think
Back
he's
it up.
saying he still has the echo.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's
That's
fine.
not
I think
Mark.
I
That's
with-
not Mark.
Auto some,
Audio echo.
audio echo.
Yeah, he's still saying, and that's
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 somebody.
well, it's because I keep turning up the master here, and so I think it's looping back to them. But when someone from the audience talks, particularly John in the front, I've been turning it up, and I think that's probably when it's happening.
Oh,
So I will continue to
So
turn
you
it on.
down.
I won't turn it up as loud for them.
If we angle the microphone this way, is it helpful? Is that a little better with my mumbling?
No, it's still there.
Oh, no, I don't know. Oh.
Still
I can
there,
repeat
Steve?
it into the microphone if they want.
That certainly seems better.
No, I could not understand any of this meeting so far, because it's like one thing, two soundtracks going together, sorry.
It's a 20 or 30-second delay, so we need enough time to find out if it's still there or not.
Okay, then that's not what I was thinking. That's
You still having the delay?
Oh, there she just was again.
Test, test.
That's a trick.
yeah. There's
Or if you guys can repeat it all maybe closer.
So far, it's still there.
I think maybe the connection.
I mean, the connection's good. Yeah, there's just got to be. I mean, we could stop the Zoom and start it again. It could be just something on the Zoom end, but everything here should be. I mean, I'm not doing anything to introduce an echo, so we could.
We're gonna try to stop it, then start it again to see if that doesn't help.
Yeah, they're getting a real delay.
Yeah, you gotta wait 20 seconds for them to respond.
Okay, let's
Stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll log back in.
So they'll have to
Okay.
they'll have to rejoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tape recording of the planning commission from last session, also the person on Zoom could almost not hear, a lot of echo, so there was maybe a different problem, but the acoustics were a problem on that recording, and you could hear it online if you go online.
Okay.
I don't know about the planning commission recording.
Okay. All right.
See what that does. Is that any better? Can you hear? Nobody, I can't hear that either.
Yeah, they're all muted.
They're muted, but they should be able to hear.
I think she just put up a sign.
What does it say?
She's putting something up.
Hello?
Somebody say something clearly so we see if we hear it again.
Can you hear us? Hello?
I can hear you.
I think it might honestly.
Can you hear us well, Andy?
I think honestly,
There-
it's
no.
it might be.
I
on
think
here.
it's, I
The
think it's
echo's there
looping.
again.
Yeah, it's still looping.
I think it's on
Yeah, the echo is still there.
here. Are they?
Yeah, they're all in different places, so
Yeah.
either it's Zoom or.
Well, but Andy said he hears it fine. Correct? And the other folks?
You still hear fine, Andy?
Okay, so yeah, we're, it,
And Mark Knoll is still in the waiting room.
Now the audio is very faint, but I can hear you.
I don't think we were speaking as loudly.
but is there a delay?
Do you still have a delay?
Yeah, he must.
Yeah.
So the only other thing I can think of is it's the computer hardware here or an internet connection, and it's just always gonna lag until.
The delay is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the audio is going to the North Pole and back. It takes like 20 seconds for it to repeat itself.
That's a bandwidth issue. I either need to reboot the machine or we need to like plug in a hardwired connection. Didn't we have a hardwired connection here? Ethernet? Didn't they run one?
No, they didn't.
Oh. So could be, yeah, I think it's a this is sounding a lot like a bandwidth issue, and I hate to hold this up any further, but I mean, I could reboot the machine.
He thinks it's a bandwidth issue, so we're probably gonna have to live with the audio the way it is for
Either
this
that or reboot
session,
the machine.
and see if we can't get it hardwired into the computer before the next meeting.
Go on the 5G connection.
5G connection?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it to just a, oh no, I don't have, I can use my cell phone as a hotspot, and that might be a little bit good.
Well, that'll only be using exactly the same Wi-Fi
network,
so.
I think you guys should get credit for having two meetings.
But there is
You know, and
there's a 5G network as well, which may be better.
you wanna try the 5G network?
Yeah, which one, is that the Mount Holly?
5G extension.
That one.
Okay,
We're gonna try one more thing.
Hold on.
yeah, okay, and the password for that?
Let's broadcast it to everybody.
Oh wait, yeah, this is going out on the,
Go talk to Carol.
this is going out to the world.
Carol's gonna get, she'll give you quite a private one.
Oh, the five, it wasn't on the five.
Isn't that weird though? It was kind of weird. All these years, it's been coming in, we never had this.
It is weird that it started all of a sudden.
All these problems.
Just nobody ever said anything.
Well, there has been a bit of an echo issue, like the last meeting we had 3 people on the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm even getting echoes on my cell phone.
Several. And he uses the oldest stock.
We're getting there.
It's hitting northern Vermont right now.
It does not.
Yeah. Saying 4 to 6, or is it 6 to 8?
Depends on where you are.
Well, it's coming,
It's 6 to 10 some places.
yeah, it's gonna end sometime Thursday afternoon.
Yeah. It's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking for. Is it the same? It's coming in town, you let them know. Through Thursday.
There's a little bit tomorrow.
And through Thursday.
Thursday, sometime Thursday afternoon. They still saying inches, 4 to 6,
No,
6 to 8?
doesn't say inches here yet.
It's just don't want it to rain. Just don't let it rain.
Please.
Please, no rain. Please,
I'm trying to do that.
no rain, because that means slushy roads, if it gets up in the 30s. Just snow. We want just snow, so we can deal with snow.
We get enough rain in the summer.
Yeah.
Verifying and connecting. Stand by. Connected. Yeah. Okay.
Is that any better?
Oh my God.
Muted.
I haven't heard it yet. Oh my God, it's a delay. That's why we never know what's gonna happen.
It's what my wife has wanted for 56 years.
Well, I can appreciate that, but.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Good night.
Finish the meeting and say it was on.
I'm restarting the Zoom. I've reconnected.
That's a great idea, but I don't know what you feel.
Windows 11 on that thing, or are we still running 10?
Install right now. Yeah, it does definitely. Yeah, because I was actually. That's an excellent idea. We already got the idea. He says he's always.
So Mark, you want me to call tomorrow and get them to come wire it direct?
Bang something sometimes. It will.
If we're gonna continue to have a law.
I know what you're right, I just gotta sit down and write it.
No, I think that'd be right. I was just thinking about her for all the other stuff.
Edit option of the David in the neighborhood app, you know?
Not as good as the divorce, but I think that comes
And you had.
And I had this open switch. No switch.
Or an email. But I gotta go tomorrow or tomorrow the day after, because if I wait any longer, there's like.
When they're the ones that are going to do anyway. You have I know, I gotta look. You mean the 11th?
No, the 18th.
I did the last time.
Okay.
For you, anything.
I mean, everything seems to be working this morning. Is it any better?
Probably 6 o'clock, I think.
Does it the phone company say?
Oh, no.
That's a commercial, right?
So that's.
Well, just click turning on captions or something. Is there captions?
Put on their captions. I think. Well, I think that's on their. Don't they need to have it on their end to be able to see? So I could put that in the chat just to turn their captions on.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to turn something on the settings.
I think it should be there.
I know with Teams you can do it. I just don't know what.
It's hard to tell them now, yeah.
It's better than nothing.
keep quiet today.
So one,
See what Carol goes through.
and Libra
We go really slow.
Move your lips and say.
So that they are that on the agenda. This morning, I'm sure you and phone call.
Testing.
So I came and answered her, she was blinking, so I called her back.
I heard
She was in the shower. What was it? She was calling and checking on me.
And she was in this car.
Jeff, they would have to go in their individual screens to close captions also.
Poor dog. So sorry.
We're in trouble here.
Okay.
Do you want to just go into chat and tell them to put
Can we
captions on their side?
And
Yeah.
live with the 20 seconds?
Did they move where the chat is?
It's not supposed to snow till what, tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
They're always moving stuff.
Yeah, well, we're gonna live with
I-
the 20 second delay.
Or,
Live with it.
Or chat might be off, to be honest. 'Cause
Oh, I think chat is off by default in the settings.
Oh, boy.
But it showed us snowing right
Here, I'm gonna turn it, I can
It's
turn it.
really
I think I get into your settings.
now. It's hitting me.
We can stay up there.
Can't stay
I don't
there.
know. Everything everybody's saying. It looks
We have to stare it up through the end of Thursday.
So,
I don't know.
I know.
Just like they don't give everyone what they want. So
Well, I've been
it's
still
a
on
big deal.
Deal with it when you get here.
Thank you. Then we start.
Thank you very much. You can still sleep.
But I'll drive it down till Saturday morning when I go.
That's what, we have a, we can get
Well,
some.
they say that 17.
But he has to be a buddy.
No.
I'm gonna go home early.
Anybody.
And then
So-
Saturday morning,
I
I went to nursing home. to
What?
give Martha.
Well, I'm on this 5G one now, but it's
They were like this
really
slow,
slow, yeah.
bruise, and she was in
It
pain.
shouldn't be, but
So they gave her nitro.
if we logged into your Zoom account, I can turn on the chat
My Zoom,
or the towns. Do we have that?
I don't have none of that information. Faith, do you have any of the information for the Zoom account for the town?
I can log in, but
Yeah, the credentials for it? It's right on the bottom of the agenda.
No, but the credentials to log into the
There's
account.
another part of it. Yes.
So we can
No,
turn on
no,
the
what's
chat.
this right?
Can you just
I've got to pull it up.
Oh.
can you put that one more of the business on into
I think so.
Leah and.
The boundary line adjustment.
Yes, so there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Hopefully it doesn't like show it.
I believe just when I was over there.
Usually puts it
So,
Yeah, I know.
well, yeah, is it the delay?
6 8 and then March.
Tell them just to turn their captions on, and that way you can get the
The
text.
following month. The boundary line.
I've texted Leah, and she's really well, so
Oh, you got a chain going?
I
They never
let
said
them know,
there was
it's
a
John,
plan.
you can just, I thought I was.
Well, I'm just saying this
You
happened.
can just text
And
Andy.
then when they.
I think that's the best case scenario at this point.
One has to be in.
Say, to
Turn
turn
his
his
captions.
I got over there.
Just
I need to get
Trying
It was
to
like,
not.
it was waiting for when.
Pretty close.
Would have been better company than you.
reciprocal there.
There you go.
No, I love
Fourth of July.
Can you folks see your captions or can you hear us better?
See it again.
Can you folks hear us better or see captions on your screen?
Wait, come on a second.
No.
Do they not, have they
No.
tried to go into captions?
Maybe we should.
I can tell that they're not really accurate either.
I can see the captions on the screen, right? You have to, for those of you who don't see it, you have to go down to where it says more, and then you just select captions.
What he was trying to say is that more people benefit.
Mark says, see the captions.
But we still have an echo.
Where the seats were.
Oh, I can see that. This is.
I'm not so sure we can do anything about the echo tonight.
Where there were more seats.
Echo just started again.
Yeah.
There really is a 20-second delay.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to fix that tonight. We're gonna end up having to have a hardwire done into the system.
Yeah. We can bitch if you want.
Yeah, we can stay on caption, that's a good one.
Yes.
Quiet.
I don't know if he has to turn it off and turn it back on again to start.
I know, I think I do. Should I just do it?
Can we just shut the volume off and go with strictly captions?
For them, yes. Want me to do that?
Yes.
All right, their audio is now off, meaning they're not gonna hear you at all.
So those of you that have turned your captions on,
You're not getting,
No, they're not here.
but
they're not getting
close. But the captions are coming through the wall.
you're not going to hear the echo, you should just see the captions.
No, your audio's turned off.
Can they speak them?
I've got a question actually. Are these people, are the Zoom participants hoping to participate, or do they just want to listen?
They're hoping to participate.
Okay, never mind, because we are streaming it on YouTube. We've probably lost all
Caption stop with no audio.
So can you turn the audio
Not my problem.
low, maybe?
Yeah, but that's not, they're gonna just have a hard time hearing in that case, but yeah, I can.
Without that, the caption.
Yeah, without the audio, it doesn't capture the caption.
Okay, so I'm gonna, I have to do the chat. I'm gonna just end this again. Start it. And I'll let them back in, and then the chat should be there, right, Dave?
It should be.
Okay, let's hope. And the chat is there. Dave, you're safe, thank you.
So much for a short meeting.
Right, the agenda looks good.
But now we've lost all our participants.
Yeah, they'll come back in.
We now have the chat.
Oops.
I love technology. It's good. We were up in Burlington yesterday, getting my car serviced.
There's no phone.
They gave me a loaner. I got a new Countryman.
There's no phone. You can't phone in.
You know, mine has that like circle and.
We gotta tell them, we could use the regular
I guess you
phone
guys have that too.
There you go.
Did you?
if they wanna do that.
It's old as
I
new
couldn't
again.
Turn off the radio.
Speakerphone.
It'd be nice if they responded. That they could
Dennis.
do chat. I can't ask a question? You can. You can.
Do we have that capability here?
I got a speakerphone, we might have to, the batteries don't stay charged long, but
It's not on the agenda, but I think it's in there. Is there, when you log into Zoom, is there a phone number they can, like, and
There
we just,
is a call-in option.
maybe we just give them the phone number and they get the audio through the
I mean,
phone?
the only problem with that is that there is usually a fee associated with that. So
Oh.
I know that's happened to me. I've been charged for like when I've done the phone-in
1, 2,
option.
3, 4. How many can we do on a conference call? Oh, we probably got to, okay, so,
But yeah, I guess maybe I'll put that in the chat as an option, just if they want to phone in.
They could phone in, we can put it on speaker.
well, the only thing is, only one person's gonna be able to
Right.
phone in.
Right, right.
So maybe we just leave the audio on with the captions and move forward.
Okay.
Christine Boudreau joined late, so we gotta let her know that we're having huge technical audio problems. Echoes.
Hey, Mark, we just tried something here that worked.
Okay, can you hear us?
No.
Barbara signed in through YouTube streaming. You just search for YouTube streaming Mount Holly, and we do not have the echo
Well, yeah.
that way.
That's what I was saying, but they can't participate. Oh, I guess they didn't leave that up. Right.
What happened?
They just
They
participate.
Hallelujah. Yeah. Okay.
So that echo went totally away?
Well, there's no echo going out to the world. It's just all in Zoom
Right.
right now. Yeah. So the YouTube stream is clean. I've been listening to that, but for whatever reason we're having trouble with the Zoom audio.
Can you still hear us?
20-second echo, it just came up on Barbara's Facebook, what I said earlier. On the YouTube.
With YouTube, that's the issue, is that there is inherently, with YouTube, it's baked in, it's like a 30-second delay. So,
Can't win.
yeah, I think the phone,
I think unfortunately, we're gonna be stuck with the echo tonight.
We're on mute. Patrick,
Yes?
we're
We're on
currently
mute.
muted.
yeah, I thought we wanted it on mute, because they're gonna have a delay.
Okay, but there are no captions either, so.
Oh, wait. I have the captions turned on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I
Love it when your tech guy says all or for answer saying all. I'd go with the brain surgery. Yeah, less headaches. I think so.
Well, show captions. Okay. Captions on. Do you want? I can leave the audio on, but it's going to be delayed.
I think you need to have
We
the
need
audio
to.
on for
Okay.
it to do the captions.
All right.
It won't
So
be-
we turned the captions on, and we're gonna have to live with that delay for now. We've done everything in our power to fix it, and failed.
Plus some.
So they need a hard wiring.
Yes.
I was thinking about getting that computer on. They advertise this computer for seniors.
No, that's not the computer.
No, laptop. They make it sound so
Still
simple. They
delayed.
go through those. I'm not gonna get into it.
Somebody there.
Can somebody hold a thumb up if they're seeing the captions or audio?
I don't need that.
Wait a second, and the hybrid option, like I don't,
No thumbs up.
That's all we can do.
I don't think
He's here.
state law, we have to cancel the meeting.
Correct.
Don't think so, I just don't.
You should stay.
I think it has to be Zoom.
Still recorded?
Yeah, I think I recorded, but I think if there's technical difficulties, I'll.
No, he's home. He's on 155 to his side.
Looking out right now.
Across the street in front of you.
Well,
So Martin, on YouTube streaming, Barbara has your audio clear.
okay.
About a 20-second delay. So we can hear that, we cannot participate back.
No. Oh, he's on. That's not good.
Right.
The YouTube streaming.
That's correct. You'll hear us, but you can't participate.
Right.
And now I'm not hearing you talking. That's just.
Do you see captions?
Can we just put somebody, I don't have enough juice for this, somebody's cell phone just on speaker, and at least they would hear you that way?
Sorry, your cell phone.
What's that?
Logged into the Zoom meeting.
Yeah. I mean, there's not, we need another Zoom participant. I mean, can
From
anyone
here.
just, yeah, can anyone just join the Zoom as a participant? And then that way it'll pick up, you won't get the fancy microphones or anything, but you'll get at least the audio from up here. And if people project when they talk, they'll hear that. So I would just do that. That way the audio's going out to them at a time, yeah.
Will they be able to
Can they-
respond back?
Yeah, we can get them to respond back through the Zoom and they'll come through the TV.
Okay.
But in terms of instantaneous audio going to them, I think somebody else is a Zoom participant, ideally from the phone. doing the audio only, not doing the video stream, should achieve that. Is there anybody who can actually do that? Oh, okay.
Go through the website.
I just tried to join, don't let me in.
Okay, I'm gonna have to download Zoom now.
I'm pretty sure this is a hardware issue on that computer. That's why I'm suggesting somebody else run the Zoom audio, because as you see, this keeps popping up. The computer starts freezing. So I don't think it's an internet connection like I thought. I think it's that laptop.
Not laptop.
Yeah, it's frozen now for the second time, and I haven't done anything. So.
Do I have to log in as the host though?
Somebody will need to should host it.
So I'll do that with my laptop.
There you are. Yeah, I can make you co-host. How about that?
Yeah, that would work.
That'll probably be the easiest thing for me to do. If you just join, I'll admit you and then sign you as a co-host.
I'm gonna do it on my laptop, brother. That's my.
It's easier.
It's easier on my laptop.
That's probably better than my phone.
Yeah. Computer screen.
Okay, so I just admit you?
My hand
No.
over
Oh,
it.
sorry.
You're doing
Why
it.
did that
Crap.
go up?
Try. There's another one coming in right now.
Gotcha.
135 or 145. No senior discount.
All right, I'm gonna assign you as a co-host.
$414 for less than 150. I think you just made gallons. The vault, Jeff.
You wanna make Jeff a co-host?
I did.
No, I think
You made Leah.
Oh, sorry. This is the problem. The lag I think is on this computer, and I keep it. Did that work?
Yeah.
Do I turn the volume off on this? Or do you?
Yeah, turn your speaker volume off, but keep your microphone on, if that makes sense.
Well, you turn your microphone off then.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
They could hear you. You could even.
Any better? This is the problem.
Yeah, all these microphones are just.
Shut the TV off, go through your computer speaker.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to mute it.
That's this one.
Oh, she's got it.
Oh.
Just hit mute that one.
Testing.
Then just then
Thumbs
I'll
up if it works.
Okay.
No, they're still delayed.
Oh.
There's a song.
One's good.
Delayed.
Shorter delay.
Is it better?
Now
Yeah,
you'll
that
need.
sounds a lot better. So it's now coming through Jeff's laptop, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I don't hear an echo.
No delay.
Let's wait 20 seconds.
Okay, let's continue.
Did we do it all?
Now, just move where you're at. Okay, John gave us the planning commission update. Is there any questions for John?
I have comments, is that the same?
Yes, Ron.
I'm sort of continuing what I started last month, where I asked the question of, is our planning commission, has it become too confrontational, adversarial? And I stand up to give an update. I was at the planning commission meeting, so I'd like to also give a citizen's view of what happened there. And in so doing, I think I'm going to give an example of what I consider a very egregious example of how the planning commission or its members are being adversarial or confrontational. From my notes of the planning commission, I'll just start with something that was a separate issue. They started the meeting off with a deliberation of their rules of procedure. They do this every year. And they discuss the rules, and one of the points that John made is, quote, we move as a body, and we can't imply that we're saying something that is a PC decision if it's one person's. So that was in their discussion of rules, which seems like reasonable. I think we all agree with that. And then it moved to other issues, and then finally to the Belmont store. And I was going to bring up an issue, but Michelle brought it up even before I could get to it. He asked the question, the email from Andy Schultz to the Act 250 administrative officer, did the planning commission see that? Did it go through the planning commission? Because he hadn't seen it, and he was asking, and I was asked the same question. He did it first, and what came back was that Andy said, no, it was not. He did it. He sent it on his own initiative, and it was discussed a little bit. And I said, at some point, but did the Act 250 person believe it was you as an individual? And that would be important. And I said, actually, I was going to call her. I never had to call her because I went back through the not judicial, but the jurisdictional opinion. And in that opinion, first of all, the woman there, her name is Quinn Mann, said, the town of Mount Holly presents evidence that the Mount Holly Cider and Mount Holly Beer owns a commercial vineyard, Exhibit 01A. Exhibit 01A is Andy Schultz's letter. It's in there. So she interpreted it as coming from the town of Mount Holly. Andy said he sent it on his own. But also in the order, there is a whole series of emails, and it sort of questions why Andy would even think he could send something. Oh, by the way, nowhere in his letter does it say, I am writing as a private individual, a resident. He didn't say that anywhere in his letter. And then when you go look at the email exchange, there's a whole batch of it. One here is from Quinn, which says, Faith, John, and Andy, and she talks about the issue. Andy writes back a few hours later, thank you, Quinn. Will we be provided information, about what's going on? And then Quinn writes back, hi, Andy. Alyssa responded, etc., etc. And then finally, when the Planning Commission wrote its request for a jurisdictional opinion, it says, from Faith, writing in her, as she should, I understand that John McCann and Andy Schultz gave you an update on the land acquisition center. So there's a whole exchange here between Andy Schultz and the Act 250 people. So I question the judgment that it really could be done by, that this could be stated as coming from an individual when he was clearly, I just have my papers here, so give me a second. And then why is the letter an issue? Because it's an exact example of what I've been talking about. Is how do we support our businesses? How do we support our residents? How do we not subject them to the tensions that they feel? In Andy's letter, he says two things. First, I want to be helpful. Nice beginning. And then he starts with issues that he brings up. This is, by the way, 5 days after, I don't want to give too much detail, take too much time. 5 days after the judicial, after Alyssa sold a piece of her land. She bought a piece of land adjacent. It got her over 1 acre. And her lawyer said, you're now going to bring the wrath of Act 250 on you. And he recommended sell the land, get rid of it, get under 1 acre. And she did. But this is 5 days later, so the land was below 1 acre again, right? And Andy Schultz's idea of helping is to say, the store is expanding its operations with food vendors, and he sends a photograph showing that, which is from Cider Days. There's how many people are out there, there's how many vendors, 50? How many people are there selling food, 3 or 4, right? There's a picture of Andy eating the bratwurst, by the way.
Chowing down on the bratwurst.
What next? Then he says, and by the way, there are, quote, workers were building or repairing and reinforcing a bridge that goes from the original store to the land as modified, across to the land modified in the land adjustment, I'll tell you what that means later, to the 6-acre meadow. It connects it. He says this bridge connects it. And this doesn't seem important, does it? But this is exactly why Alyssa sold the land. The land is on the other side of the bridge. It is not directly on the side of the bridge. But I believe what this implication is, see, be careful, they sold the land, but it's still connected by this little footbridge. So don't necessarily believe it's not. Those, by the workers, were Alyssa's husband and father-in-law repairing a 50, 60-year-old footbridge that was falling in and kids could get hurt. Here's the bigger one. The second reason I'm writing to you is to revisit your previous conclusion that the store said does not meet the 1-acre threshold. So he's basically saying here, I want to try to push you back into the realm where the store will be under Act 250 because it's over an acre. That's like sicking the IRS on somebody. That's not the role of in my mind, that's not the role of the Planning Commission, to try to push us into some state regulation, a store. And then he goes on to explain why Alyssa's brothers have property, and the reason he's doing that, why is he talking about Alyssa's brothers? Because the store is on about 0.4 acres now. The brothers have a brother has pieces of land on the other side of the road, 2 separate businesses, and that maybe the sum of all of those parcels will get over an acre. Turns out it doesn't quite work that way. And so he then goes into Facebook, no, I'm sorry, not Facebook, into Instagram, and finds that the brother is talking about a vineyard on what's the name of the road there? Fen Road, I think it is. And that may be another parcel, and it's less than 5 acres. So he's trying to show that they may actually be over the 5 acres. And even in that, he says, there's a vineyard, here's some screenshots, and I presume the vineyard is larger than 1 acre. Again, that same purpose is to try to push the store into Act 250. That's not in my mind, a constructive way for a planning commission to help our businesses, especially this young business. And to boot, the planning commission has already written, as she has in here, the town plan, the village plan, it talks extensively about how important the Belmont store is to our town. And here they are on the one hand saying that, on the other hand trying to push them into Act 250. And she had to go the effort to get out of Act 250. By the way, it's legal what she did. You can sell a piece of land to get out of it. There's clear law on that, I'm not going to go in it, and even she addresses that. So it gets back to this question. Now, did Andy violate the open meetings law, Andy Schultz? I don't know. He says he did it on his own. Then it doesn't fall, I guess, on the, but I cannot believe that he didn't know he can't do a letter like on his own. If it is on his own, then we have the ex parte laws, Vermont statutes, Municipal and County Government, Municipal Administrative Act, ex parte communications. I never took Latin. Ex parte means one-sided, right? You know, basically you want a chance to go in with equal arguments. And it says, quote, the presiding officer, which I think it would have been John, but then also, no other members of a local board sitting in a contested hearing shall communicate on any issue in the proceeding directly or indirectly with any party, party's representatives, party's counsel, or any person interested in the outcome. In other words,
There was no hearing.
but did he
There was no
participate?
hearing. No, there was no hearing.
He sent information.
It's not the right statute.
Okay, I'm not a lawyer, you're right. I'll defer to you people to decide whether Andy should not have sent that letter. And if he did, does it get back to my central point, that John even admitted at the very end of the last meeting, and this is interesting. They talked about, at the end, this new subdivision regulation is coming. I don't know anything about this, but I guess, well, you talked a little bit about it. And I guess I didn't understand the conversation, what it was about, when should we do it now? It's going to be complicated, maybe controversial. That's what I got from it. And the quote from John was, well, John, quote, well, everyone is pissed at us anyway. When the chairman of a committee starts out with that concept, I would step back and say, why is everybody pissed at us? How do we change that? Is that what we want from I'm not pissed at you guys. Why are we pissed? Why are we all pissed at the Planning Commission? Why do we all think of it as the IRS? And that's back to my central point from last week, is somehow something's not right. And you can decide about whether Andy Schultz did something wrong or not. That's, I guess
One
that's
question,
beyond me.
the one question I'll have is, in the letter that Andy sent, did he refer the town of Mount Holly requesting him to reach out and send a letter?
I don't think so. I'd have to read it again. You have it, by the way. I'm not saying you should go look at it now, but it was in the original jurisdictional order that you got, and I sent you, when I asked for Faith for get on the agenda, that came to you as well. That exact detail, I don't know.
Yes, John.
You gotta respond?
Yes.
Well, Andy's not on the thing now,
Yeah.
so he can't.
Well, I'll respond. I'm the chair.
I'm just saying he can't respond.
So there's a lot of misinformation here I'd like to try to correct. It may not be possible without more time. One thing is that everything that happened was done by unanimous resolution of the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission has had to deal with these parties making certain representations to both us and to the state that we found unanimously to be not quite accurate. We resolved to try to correct those inaccuracies, not to force the IRS on anybody or force an audit, but to expect everybody to play by the same rules. And that's difficult for some people with privilege to accept sometimes, that when you're in Belmont, you have to play by the same rules as if on the other side of the tracks. That's just how it is. That's how we want it to be, I think. And we resolved that we would reach out to Act 250 and try to correct the record. We were told by Quinn Mann that she wasn't even informed about the boundary line adjustment. She wasn't informed about a variety of different things that were occurring. The extent of Andy's message was maybe a little much. Maybe he has a legal background. He went into great detail there, probably not exactly what I would have done. But I take full responsibility as the chair of the Planning Commission for what occurred, and it happened, like I said, with the full support of the entire commission. Now, there was no hearing. There was no action before the Planning Commission. We were not a party to any proceeding at the state level. Those are where ex parte communication rules apply. You can't go to a judge, even like any court-like matter, and have private conversations with them. Now, are there any other violations of state law? There's two laws that you're probably interested in, although I don't think you really fully understand them. There's two. There's the Public Records Act, and there's open meeting law. Everything that the state does in Act 250 is subject to the Open Records Act. You can request there all the details as a member of the public. You don't have to be a party to it. Okay, you don't have to have stand-in. The other is open meeting law. Now, open meeting law on a 5-person board is that any 3 people talking about the business of the commission is a public record. In this case, Andy participated in discussions with Quinn at the request of the full commission and at my request, and that's only 2 of the 5. At no time that I'm aware of were any 3 people talking about the business of the town. Okay, so the Public Records Act is something that is fully available to everybody. They can ask for all the details on this complicated matter from the state. There's no issue there. There's nothing private. The open meeting law doesn't apply. This has been explained to Ron several times. Even David tried to help explain it. There's no violations, in my opinion. Now, does the Planning Commission support business? I spent years of my own time for free helping people in Belmont with a village plan, with support in the town plan, and a variety of other initiatives. I do take it personally that that's not recognized and that somehow I'm against the store. I have no problem. I think we need a store. I have no problem with how it's run. I personally, and I've explained this, I think I said this in my letter to you asking for reappointment, that I expect personally honesty. Okay? That's just how I am, and I put myself before you. If you think that I've done something wrong, I take responsibility for it. Picking on one of our commissioners, I think, is completely inappropriate, and somebody that devotes their time as a volunteer to this town and does great work, and we get essentially free legal advice, is something I think that is really a shame. Now, going forward, I don't know exactly what's going on with the sort of like being under a cup kind of routine that happens with the land holdings that are associated with the store, but it actually has nothing to do with the planning commission. It's the state that views ownership of the property, and it doesn't matter to them whether the father owns it or the daughter owns it or what. They have their own rules. It has absolutely nothing to do with the town. Okay? Now, whether or not that land that's the meadow is owned by the father-in-law, whether it was sold for money given, it doesn't matter at all. The state will consider on whether it's involved property, right? And so that's up to them. They'll do whatever they want.
They ruled on it. They ruled on it.
They ruled on it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is that there's nothing really here. They got what they wanted. They got the outcome they wanted, even with the information that was provided to them. So that's it, that's settled.
I think your concern was the letter went out 5 days after the ruling?
Went 5 days after the ruling, with a purpose stated by it, to ask them to rethink, that's their.
That's not what occurred. So there were several jurisdictional opinions that occurred.
No, I'm talking the final not that. I said when the property transfer was done, registered here, I have the dates. 5 days later, after the parcel was separated, that's when Andy Schultz decided to write this letter about how these different pieces of land might take the store over an acre. That's when the letter was written.
Well, the discussion that you referenced, that the reconsideration of the opinion, had absolutely nothing to do with the latest transfer. It had to do with previous rulings by Quinn Mann. Quinn Mann at previous times ruled that, and this was before boundary line adjustment and before their direct acquisition of the Meadow property, Quinn ruled that the only thing that was not triggering Act 250 was that they were not over the 1 acre threshold. And at the time of our boundary line adjustment, it seemed very apparent that they were. And that's the information. What's that?
They didn't argue that. And
who's they?
Alyssa?
No, she absolutely did. She
didn't even tell
well, may I finish? She didn't even tell the state that there was a boundary line adjustment.
All of that's irrelevant to
It is not irrelevant to their determination whether they were over the 1 acre threshold, and therefore the commission unanimously resolved.
I was in those
Can I
meetings.
finish, please? Provided Quinn with the information that she lacked. That's exactly what happened.
It's not about the BLA.
It's in our minutes.
This letter from Andy Schultz is not about a BLA. It's about a bridge that goes to a piece of land supposedly connected. It's about a vineyard. Did you people discuss this? You say you discussed this in a public meeting? Did you discuss the vineyard? You discussed the bridge?
No. And we resolved to provide Quinn with further information because we found, as a whole, unanimously.
No, come on.
We resolved that we would provide Quinn with the information we had available. And in the end, she determined that the information that we provided her, with all things considered, that they were not subject to Act 250.
Right. She slapped them all down.
Just not slapping down. It's the state is the one who has to make that determination.
Right. And we don't have to help the state by coming up with ideas. By the way, you said you were not party.
That is our role. We are not allowed to material withhold information when we're...
The bridge, a vineyard, 3 miles away is material? And by the way, you said you were not party. What? You were party. Planning Commission, you said you were not party to this. You are. The Planning Commission is party.
There was, there's no hearing, there's no jurisdictional action. This is a prerequisite to jurisdictional action. So this is their determination that they don't need to take this on, that it's not a jurisdictional trigger. Right, so once you have a jurisdictional trigger, it's like a court case. Like, doesn't pass that threshold.
And you say that two people, as long as it's two people, they can talk, right? As long as the two people talk, and you're right, as long as it's under, quorum 5. But it does say in the open meetings law, right, that any communication between, a meeting, where we're taking action, was Andy's letter taking action? You're saying it's not?
No, we already resolved to take. The action was to inform Quinn of what she lacked.
Wow,
Because
not the content. Okay.
no, that's precisely what the decision was, to provide the state with information that the Tillys did not provide them. So it was quite an eye-opener that we did a huge thing, and we gave the Tilly family exactly what they wanted. We did a boundary line adjustment, we gave them everything they wanted, based on certain representations to us. And they didn't even disclose that to the state. That's very interesting, and so we resolved that we would do that.
So the planning commission made that decision, and Andy carried out that decision to send the letter?
I invited him into the first meeting we had with Quinn, where she asked for an update on. She was very surprised, and this is something that I guess went out into the chit chat. Some people were upset about us saying that Quinn had been misled. She felt that way. The fact that there was this boundary line change that connected them to the larger holding is absolutely relevant to her decision. It turned out to be because of their divestment of that land to their in-laws, she determined that it didn't meet their trigger threshold. But it was certainly information she should have had in making that decision. I don't see how there's any question about that.
And you said somewhere you had a public discussion, and there was not a statement, a resolution that Andy Schultz should follow up.
No, that I would.
Oh, but you did, Andy did instead.
No. He participated in that phone call with Quinn just like I did. I invited him in, and I take full responsibility.
What about Andy writing a letter as an individual, which is his statement?
That was a follow-up from the phone call, and like I said, I think if it were my letter, I would have included fewer details, but in the end, Quinn is a very capable public servant. She took the information that was provided to her and she made her best decision. Giving her more information is not a problem. Advisor for David Tilley. Did you tell me that?
Not David, who had been in the list. I never acted for you.
You told me that
You remember David, I remember Lisa.
John, I'm acting as the advisor for the Tilleys. Do you remember?
You just changed what you said. You just changed what you said. It's
the
important.
Tilley family.
This is not about the Tilley family. It's about Melissa Tilley and Kitty LLC.
We're gonna reel
On
the
the
meeting
record,
in.
whether that
I'm gonna reel
is
the
your
meeting in.
concern here, or either this is just a citizen's concern. It's not just a citizen's.
We're gonna,
Okay.
we're gonna shorten this up.
We're gonna reel it in. Okay, Ron, you gave your, now you have a whole bunch of hands. Yes.
I would like to have it recorded that I, and I'm sure many others in this group, found that John's comment about privileged people to be inherently biased. If that's the way you think, okay, then there's the bias right there that we're talking about.
Okay, can you help me out where that?
He just said that. He just said that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Biased people are asking for
The other
certain
thing,
things.
in addition to the bias, from the day I've moved here, one thing has bothered me, and I love this town, but there seems to be a division on that highway that separates Belmont, supposedly the privileged people, from the other side. That pisses me off. It doesn't make sense
You're
in
absolutely
this
right.
community.
You're
And I've
absolutely
heard
right.
it more than once. I've heard it for 20 years that I've lived here, and I love this community.
I have heard it many a times with heartburn of hearing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's always been this side of the tracks or the other side of the tracks. And I'll make a statement and I'll be very clear about it. It doesn't matter if you're in Belmont or Mount Holly. We're one community, Mount Holly.
I would love to think so.
So, I will say that. I would hope we
That's
all,
not what I just heard.
I would hope we would all have that same feeling.
Not what I just heard.
Steve, let's see. Steve?
No, I would just like to make a suggestion for the board. I was listening, you got the whole email link, I'm gonna call it, so that you can go online and read all the supporting documents that Quinn got, and then make your own.
I've read it.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I've read it. John, you wanted to say one more thing?
Yeah, let me just correct what I said. I mean, what it sounds like people heard. I said regardless of where you live in this town, the planning commission looks at you equally.
No,
That's
no,
not what you
that's
said.
not what you said.
I think
Not what you
That's
said.
not what you said.
Special privileges.
That is not what you said.
I think how it came across was that you felt they were privileged.
Privileged people that are entitled, feel
I
they're
think there's a
entitled.
certain entitlement to special treatment, and I don't think that's what it
It's
is.
not what you said.
He's repeating that.
And you're saying.
Okay,
Moving on.
in consideration of time, because of all the Zoom, I am going to move on for the dog license.
So after Christine's work on following up, I wrote the two separate households with dogs who had not registered the dogs. I sent those letters at the beginning of November. One of the recipients did confirm that they had made an appointment to have their dog vaccinated, and that they would come in to register, but that has not happened, and there has been no response at all from the other owner. So we are now in a situation where I believe we should report them to the sheriff's office.
Yep,
to
animal
ask for
control.
tickets
Yep,
to be issued.
absolutely.
Mark, I just want to also add Felicia, the other one that she sent. She has come in and she said she was going to the appointment, as I told Faith, but I have not seen her yet to come in and register her dog.
Okay. While we're on that subject, I've had some multiple calls about dogs on Shunpike again.
Me too.
So I did reach out to animal control, had a conversation with animal control. They have been aware, the sheriff's actually told me they have issued multiple tickets to the Shunpike residents. So I can tell you on that side of it, from what the sheriffs were telling me, they are actively doing what is required of them. Then on the other side of it, I have had a phone call for the same residency about the trash around the property. So we need to make sure if they didn't receive a letter, they receive a letter. And if they have received a letter, we need to make sure we put them on notice. They have 30 days to make a change.
Except for the junk ordinance?
Junk ordinance.
I did send out letters earlier.
Okay, and no response, and we're still having the same issue, so we need to step that up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Anything else on dogs?
No,
Okay, moving on to new business. Two-way radio communication, Highway Department in Ludlow and Mount Holly Schools.
There's a message from.
No.
Look like the school wants access, or the bus driver wants access to just CBC to give, I guess, a separate channel, and then Ludlow Highways asking for the same thing, which I know CBC can like either do a separate channel. And
It's like what we had years ago, we had low band radio,
Yep.
where the school bus drivers could contact the town crew at any point, and they want to have the communication to also loop in with Ludlow road crew, as well as the Ludlow school bus, et cetera, so that everybody has the same communications going around between the two school systems with the same radio system
the Mount Holly School would like to have a radio in their bus as well as a base station in the school itself, so that they have the direct communications between the school as well as from the bus in different, for the two towns.
But they're just asking for permission to give access. We're not doing any radio install.
No,
It's just
no, we're
simply
not
sharing
doing the
a channel.
installation. The company.
I'm
is gonna
okay
do
with
it.
them having access, you know, it's out of their school budget.
Right,
So-
it's out of their budget. All we have to do is just confirm that it's okay with the town to.
Clinton, you have an
let them
issue
go
with that?
ahead with that.
Well, I don't. How do they get the same frequency when it's our frequency?
We can just
It's
follow.
programmed into their radio.
I think it'll be a different channel, but we can confirm that. Like you
Yeah,
probably
we
would
can
just
confirm
switch.
that.
You have a channel
So
button.
then we'd have to change all our radios.
No, what they would have to do is change
No.
their radio over to your frequency.
Yeah, but we don't have Ludlow.
Right.
So in order to get Ludlow, we would
Somebody's
have to
gonna
change
change.
all ours.
Well, you're
Yeah.
gonna have to talk with
Yeah, that's,
It's a programming thing.
Steve Jocelyn from the.
Yeah, I understand that, but
well, frequency, right?
He says no cost. He says no cost.
But if the
Steve
town
Johnson.
has to read.
That's no cost.
I guess it could be a. I think they can do it. I asked this question when there was an emergency. He said
Yeah,
he
it's
could
bus
do
is fine or
another. He could
something.
add another radio, but yeah, he might have to swing by. We can just confirm there's no cost.
Yeah, we need to
On the
confirm that
program.
there's no cost. But I don't have an issue with the bus having
Channel.
the ability to reach out to the town crew, especially if there's an issue with the bus and children on it. I have no issue with
They've
that.
got icy conditions, et cetera.
Yep. So we'll have to reach out, find out no cost. I know we're not going to spend the money to redo our radios. We don't have that in our budget either as well.
Oh,
Okay.
it says in here, sorry, it says if they don't do it when they're gonna come up and do the school bus radio, and if they can do that programming at the same time, then it's no cost.
Right.
That's what it says.
So,
It's like the last
Otherwise, they'd
couple
have to
lines.
make another.
Yeah, otherwise it'll be.
have to understand, what are they gonna add a program or a channel into?
Probably have to add a Ludlow channel,
Yeah,
and then Ludlow would add our channel,
right.
and then the bus would have Ludlow.
It
And,
gets really complicated.
yeah, but they're pretty good at that.
Not
CVC
not
is-
really, because we used to have it when it was a low band radio, where the
Yeah.
bus could communicate with the.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that too, yeah.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
fine with it.
It's to protect the kids.
You can, write that to
Right.
Steve Jocelyn, and let him know we're all set.
Okay, moving, set the budget workshop meeting date.
We do it usually the first week.
We do.
Oh, okay.
But or is it a fourth?
Sixth is the first
We're
Tuesday.
looking at, yeah.
Six is the first
Oh,
Tuesday. For me,
This
believe
one
it or not,
doesn't have to be a Tuesday though.
I'm flexible. No, it doesn't have to be a Tuesday.
Flexible.
Um,
4 o'clock.
What time works good for you? Because you should be part of this.
I can't do the 8th. We could do the, if you wanna keep it to Tuesday, we could do the 6th.
Time.
What time?
What time?
I think 4 is fine, but I'll probably join digitally.
Because most of the time it takes more than a day
Right.
to go through it, so.
Do you want to push it till later so you can do it
Later.
like on that time, the time of day,
Um,
so you can be here, or does it not matter?
I don't know if it matters. Time of day, really. I mean, it's, do we wanna plan, how long do you wanna plan for to do a session, I guess is the question.
A couple hours.
Usually it's a couple hours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we usually flow into another day.
We flow into another time.
Well, I am fine.
Yeah. 4 o'clock.
Or we start at 3, if that's better. I mean,
I'm flexible.
Flexible. We'll do whatever.
I'm talking
Let's-
with my stomach right now.
Let's do January 6th for the first one at 4. Yeah, this is
Oh, wait a minute, doesn't the Conservation Commission meet that night?
Yes.
What time?
what time?
I think.
I think they meet at 6.
So we're only gonna be,
6 or 6:30.
Yeah, they don't put it on the calendar, so I don't know.
so we're here till 6.
We can just do it until we bump up.
Yep. So. Okay, talking about budgets and so forth, budget information for the select board. Sydney, Bonnie, hello all. Lane Millington is offering to provide information regarding the upcoming budget vote to each of the select boards in the town of Andover's, Baltimore, Cavendish, Chester, Ludlow, and Mount Holly at their next scheduled meeting. Please relay this offer to the members of your select board and have them directly and specific inquiries to myself or Elaine. So the relevant details can be collected and organized in advance. Any questions regarding this email can come to me at this email address. Thank you for this help. This is in response to school budget increases. And Faith was just telling me it looks like next year they're requesting 16% or 12%.
Well, there was a message that came up from the state.
That's the state. They're estimated.
Yes.
That's not the school.
So the other thing I can tell you,
In the context of school budgets.
Yeah.
so I know the town does a very hard job trying to keep our workshop at a minimum, but you know, with elevated costs, school increases, just salt, sand, maintenance, repairs, it is getting very hard to keep our budget in line. So I'm nervous on this workshop, and I'm gonna be honest with you. So, that's just information for us if we wanna have that conversation, which, you know, we can't control what they're gonna tax us on school, so.
Lane is the superintendent.
Yep, so. You just have to vote it for what your heart tells you. Okay, we're gonna go on to old business.
Oh, wait a minute, it's a town meeting day.
Oh, yeah, I wrote beside it, so. Set down meeting date and time.
Well, it's gonna be, town meeting will be March 2nd.
Yep.
We vote on the 3rd.
Yep.
Do we wanna leave it at 6 o'clock? I thought 6 o'clock last year worked good.
I think 6 o'clock is good. So,
Okay, 6 o'clock it is.
March 2nd at 6 for town meeting at the school.
Yeah, I'm gonna put in tomorrow to request the school. Or request the gym, I should say.
Okay, now moving on to old business. I'm gonna lose my voice. Speed limit on the section of 155, inputs to traffic committee meeting on December 10th.
Right, I can speak to that if everybody, can hear me.
Yes, Mark.
Okay, great. So as the committee,
The Vermont traffic engineer completed their study. They are not recommending to the Vermont Traffic Committee any change to the speed limit.
Turn the volume back up.
What?
You had the volume on the TV.
Oh,
Hang on.
I thought it was on your speaker. She's got the remote there.
Have you turned off?
Leave the volume up.
If you guys tell me that you have an echo in the room, I'm gonna fall over laughing.
You got an echo in the room.
Yeah.
She's saying, right?
All right, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I wait or should I?
No, you're
No,
good.
you're good. You're good.
Okay, good. So, like I said, even though the traffic engineer, their recommendation is not what we were hoping for, I did a review of minutes from several of the last, sort of quarterly traffic committee meetings. And it does appear that the traffic committee does, take input from the town and input from residents very, very seriously. So to that end, I would encourage any interested residents that are affected or concerned about, especially the intersection of 155 and Caldwell Road, or the entire stretch of road that we've talked to the state about, which is from Beaver Meadow Road all the way to Strait. We'd encourage folks to be able to attend remotely the meeting of the traffic committee, which is tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. The link to the traffic committee meeting is on the Vermont Traffic Committee website. All right. I turned the reverb down, right? When you're playing guitar, you want the reverb up. I think during the meeting, I'm happy to leave. I know that there are a few people that are interested in attending. I know that Fred and Christine Lopez sent a letter reiterating their concerns. They live in the house right there at the corner of Caldwell and 155. I will be happy to lead the meeting tomorrow, and I think one of the things I'm going to sort of advise the committee of is, look, the engineer sort of recognized what we all see as a huge problem here, which is our speed up on the straightaways on either side of that intersection at Caldwell Road, which means that you have a significant amount of traffic far exceeding the recommended speed limit right at that intersection. So the more people that can reiterate that to the committee, I think the better. I also think that to the extent the committee believes that more enforcement is necessary on the road, that the state takes some responsibility for this, right? Enforcement on a state highway is not something that the town should be expected to budget for or to, really take responsibility for. We can't be expected to enforce, this out of our own pockets. So, if anybody else has any other input that they'd like to share during the meeting, or if you want to just give me a call, prior to the meeting tomorrow, all my contact information is on a sort of letter that we passed out to friends and neighbors, as well as put on the news flash in the morning. So.
And just one.
Turn the volume off.
One additional point is I did submit to the news flash to go out tomorrow morning the link to the traffic committee meeting.
No, leave it.
Yeah, so I can, obviously, anybody who's interested in getting the link, if they can't find it on the committee website, you can just email
me. We lost our video. Hang on a second.
It might be that you accidentally hit the Netflix button, so you might have to just switch the input.
Input back.
That's what I've done.
Hit the back button.
There we go.
Can you watch a movie?
Yeah, can you tell us?
You're back.
I know that Faith had just mentioned something, but I'm not sure where we were.
I did send to the news flash the link to the traffic committee, the remote link, participation link.
Is anybody from the select board planning on attending? If not, I'll just make sure, I'll make the representation to the commission that I've been authorized to speak on your behalf.
Not gonna be able to.
I won't be able to, I'll be in Hanover.
I can try to attend.
Yeah, I'll submit a report to you guys by email after it's all done, just to let you know how I think it went. It's a very crowded agenda, so, I'll be on the phone for a while, but, you know, as soon as it's done, we'll let you know.
Mark, thank you. Okay, moving on, municipal planning grant housing study, status and draft.
Turn the volume down to 0. We have a draft posted on the planning grant. The consultant established a website. We can share that on I'll just put it out on the news flash. It's either tonight or tomorrow. We're gonna put a blurb in the chit chat, and we can put it on the town website. I can make sure that Faith has that link on the town website if it isn't already there. It's I would say 30, 40 pages of housing data, a lot to review. So we were thinking, I got an extension on the grant. It was supposed to be due at the end of the year. We got till the end of April to finish this out. So we could open that review period, maybe to do 2 cycles on the chit chat, and then have a public meeting for comment. With the holidays, it probably was the best thing. So we would be looking at wanted to bring it to this meeting, start the conversation, repeat the conversation next month, and then in February we were originally thinking January, but with this extension, I'm thinking February. Either we do it at a regular planning commission meeting, or we create a separate meeting, either way. So just pick a date for the meeting and put it in the record. Here's the first notification of it.
So we're looking at February.
I think the chit chat comes out, goes in the mailboxes
February, maybe on the
Tuesday. So if we did,
Can I just clarify one thing?
yep,
So just to clarify, in the budget, we only had one public meeting. So,
she said we could, yeah, we were moving the deliverables around so that she would have one meeting. We were gonna forego, we have a budget that we're trying to adhere to, that we have to adhere to. And we have one presentation, and we were gonna move around thinking that if we just had a public meeting, that would be a better use of her time than having her come to a select board meeting for like a 10-minute thing. I'd rather have an allotted, hour or 2 of her time.
If you wanted to do January, because we had just discussed that a little bit.
Yeah.
January.
Probably, yeah, if it comes in the mailboxes on the
24th, it'll be in the
mailboxes, so. We could either do the 29th or the week after, the 5th, or Tuesday the 3rd. I feel like Tuesday the 3rd.
Oh, well, wait a minute, there's planning commission, or conservation commission.
So the question, I guess, is.
Or we just do it at the regular meeting on that day.
That asks for
It's
comments,
vacation.
or do you just have? Also have the final.
Yeah, does the board want,
It's up to
the
you
consultant, do you guys want your own presentation? I think she said she could come teams for like a short, if there was,
Okay, yeah.
for the
I mean, I
final.
think it's not a full-on.
Yeah.
The full-on presentation, she wanted to be like the final.
We can work it out with her, but discuss, what would you guys like to see just before we close it out? Would you rather put more time into the public meeting or put more time into a select board meeting with the consultant?
Probably public.
Yeah.
Personally.
I don't like the 17th because it's school vacation week, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So,
February?
yeah. So I say we do, you said conservation's that day,
Conservation is the first Tuesday, we're the second.
10th?
That's our meeting, yes.
That's our meeting. Somebody help me out here.
It's public meeting that you're planning.
24th is my vacation.
or just do it that day?
So we could do it the 27th, that's an open to.
Is that enough time?
Just do it on the 27th.
Okay.
Of January?
Yep, we'll do like a 6 p.m. meeting
For the final
for public comment.
Oh, the comment.
The public meeting.
Yeah, it's 6 p.m. January 27th.
And we'll bring either the final report to the February meeting or the March meeting. If there's a lot of comments, she'll need a little bit more time. Thank you.
Perfect. Any questions on the housing grant study? Okay, now we're gonna move on to citizens' concerns, comments. Yes, Ron.
Promise, it's a quick one.
Yes,
We had a medical emergency this week. The Ludlow rescue squad got there in 10 minutes. They were wonderful. I just want to put that on the record.
We've had a lot of ambulance calls because I've been down on Hillsville and I've been seeing them constantly. I think yesterday there was 3 alone, 1 today as well. I think the Ludlow Rescue Squad and our first responders are doing a phenomenal job for the town.
They were on Gates Road last week.
They're, hands off to the rescue teams. Any other concerns, comments? Okay, moving on to announcements. Town office closures, December 24th and December 25th. Closed at noon on December 31st and all day January 1st, New Year's Day. And dog license renewal begins January 1st.
Oh, here we go again.
So, for all you listening out there that have dogs, please be considerate of the town folks that are responsible for taking care of the licensing of the dogs, in consideration of those for the ones that are going out to help promote the dog licenses, because it's a big chore, so please help out. Sign and review orders. We need an executive session.
2 seconds.
I don't have anything, do you?
Mark, just 2 seconds.
Okay. Executive session. Title I VSA S313A3 personnel. I'll make a motion to go into executive session. Is there a second?
I'll second.
The ayes. Aye.
The longest meeting we've ever had.
Technology is wonderful.